Oh, right, I'm going to do another video right now. This is a response to the truthslayer video about WrestleMania 27, the WrestleMania 27 main event. And to be honest, I've been thinking about doing a video on this for quite some time, probably since November, because there's been a lot of rumors about WrestleMania this year and what's going to happen with it. Of course, we've had the Brock Lesnar rumor that's been circulating. We still don't know 100% if that's true or not. But from what I gather, we probably aren't going to see him at WrestleMania involved like in some kind of special guest enforcer and Mike Tyson like role, even though it's been teased. Um, there's been a lot of rumors just about what the main event would be and the speculation on what the main event would be. But before I address them, I want to point out that the WWE have done two things that have really hurt them and really hurt a pay-per-view like WrestleMania. One of those things is not adhering to stipulations. Now, if they're going to use a stipulation in one of the main events for WrestleMania, I don't think people are going to buy into it as much now. Reason being, they've just made a complete joke of the last stipulation with John Cena, where he loses, he's supposed to be gone, and he's on the show within half an hour, then all over the show for the next 5 weeks. If they're going to use a stipulation in a main event, they're going to have to adhere to it and stick to it this time. Second of all, they've given away a lot of matches for free on television for the last year, in my opinion. And that hurts WrestleMania too, because for me, the WrestleMania price tag is high enough. If I'm going to shell out my money and take money out of my account to watch it, I need to see something that I've never seen before. But, in my mind, I really want to see. And the problem with this year's WrestleMania main event, potentially, are that they don't have that. And the main event it looks like they're going to go with is The Miz versus John Cena. Now, they've done it before, and to be honest, it wouldn't be a bad idea to do it for WrestleMania, except the problem is, they've already done that at the Great American Bash, and they already did it the Raw afterwards. And both of those matches were very one-sided, with Cena just wiping The Miz out of the picture. In addition to that, since Miz has won the title, and this is a problem that they've had, is that they present their first time world champions as very weak and out of place. They did it with Chris Jericho. I would even say they did it with Triple H when he first won the belt. They've done it with Jack Swagger. They've done it with a lot of people, and they've done it with The Miz. He needed help to beat a 61-year-old man in Jerry Lawler. He needed help to. He got a cheap win over Randy Orton on TLC. And the only convincing win he's had since he's won the title has been against John Morrison. Now that's fine and dandy, but he needs a convincing win for a heel against an established main event guy that fans have bought into. It's a shame they don't have someone like a Mick Foley who had that mindset to get someone like The Miz ready, which he did very well with The Rock and Triple H and got them ready for WrestleMania. Um, so that's going to be a problem if they do go with Miz and John Cena. I think people already know that Cena's going to win. That's how it's come across. They could turn the tide on us all and have Miz come out and win the title. And that could be win the title, keep the title. And that wouldn't be a bad idea to see. But they really, really need to book Miz as a lot stronger than how he has been presented. The other idea and the other thought that entered my head, and I really hope they don't do it, was Randy Orton and John Cena. And that is a match I don't want to see at WrestleMania. I really do not want to see that. It looks like they're going to build Cena up to win the Rumble or win the Elimination Chamber, one or the other. They've already got the story. They can go with the he's had his year of hell, da 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 da, Nexus, blah blah blah. It's all going to be redeemed at WrestleMania thing, and it looks like they may end up doing that. Now, I originally thought that if they were going to do Cena and Orton at WrestleMania, it would have been done in the context of a John Cena heel turn, which people really wanted to see last year, but never happened. But as it stands, with them both as baby faces, I don't particularly want to see that, and I don't really want to see that again. To be honest with you, that has just been done to death. Looking at all the other options, I don't see them using Sheamus in the main event. He is coming off like a mid-carder in that ridiculous garb. Uh, they haven't presented him in the way that someone like Sheamus should be presented, a monster heel. And in addition to that, I don't think that he is as over to warrant being in a main event. I don't see people going, wow, Sheamus is in the main event and taking their money out to pay and see that. I just don't see that happening. Um, so therefore, I would not say Triple H and Sheamus in the main event for WrestleMania. I don't see it. Triple H, speaking of him, it's rumored that he'll be back at the Royal Rumble, and if he comes back, what if he wins and faces The Miz at WrestleMania? Or they do a fatal four-way. Miz, Hunter, Cena, Orton. Which they could do and would be interesting to see. But I don't know if that's the right thing to do with WrestleMania for WrestleMania main event. Um, and I'm speaking a lot about the Raw guys. Now, the other option would be, and this is looking at how they've pushed this one person, would be Alberto Del Rio and how he fits into it. Now, I've noticed more and more and more that he's been getting more and more airtime and on Raw and SmackDown. He's appearing on both shows a lot, which is always a good sign that they really want to invest something in this person. And what better way would there be to really, show the fans this is the guy that we want to go with now, than to have him come out on top at WrestleMania or have him in the main event for Mania. Now, the idea that I had in my mind originally was they're not going to do Del Rio versus The Miz. I just don't see them doing that. Del Rio versus Edge they could do, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. But my idea would probably be, and I have these two ideas. One is more likely than the other, by the way. Alberto Del Rio versus Randy Orton in the main event. Now, that's a match that would be intriguing because, first of all, they have never interacted before, they've never wrestled before, it's a fresh main event, and it brings someone new into the picture and possibly elevates them at a WrestleMania. And that would be something I wouldn't mind seeing. But the only way I see it happening is Del Rio either winning the belt at Elimination Chamber and then losing it at WrestleMania. But then again, if they wanted to really elevate him, have him keep the belt and let people chase him. But I've also heard the argument that it's probably too early to do that with him. Maybe have him in the Money in the Bank if they plan to do that this year and have him win that and build him from that. Um, the other idea I had, which is really, really unlikely, and this is mainly because of the injuries of the other person and the fact that this other person is booked into something allegedly or rumored to be booked into a match with Wade Barrett. But this would be The Undertaker. Have Alberto Del Rio versus The Undertaker at a WrestleMania main event. That would be intriguing. That would be another match we've never seen before. There would be a lot of heat there. And while we always know that Taker's going to win at Mania, it would have been an interesting selling point if Del Rio beat him at WrestleMania. That would really make him hated, in my opinion. I don't know though. The thing is, it looks very bleak for a WrestleMania main event. You've got some options, but they're very limited. And also, in addition to that, the problem with a lot of WrestleManias over the last 4 years is it's just involved this core group of people: Edge, Cena, Orton, Hunter. It's been those four, and Taker and Michaels. It's been those six, rotated around and around and around, and they haven't done enough, in my opinion, to elevate someone, make them as a babyface in particular. In the babyface side of things, I'm not really talking about the heel side of things, but on the babyface side of things, they haven't done enough in investing in a babyface character, a new babyface character, and grooming him for WrestleMania. People will say John Morrison, but I don't think they've done enough with him. And then when you look at the rest of the roster, who else is there? MVP isn't even in the company anymore. Kennedy's in the other promotion. Who else could you use? It would be too late to turn Sheamus face or the Miz face. People aren't ready to do that. Randy Orton clearly does not want to be a babyface. Look at how he works. He wrestles exactly how he would when he was a heel. And he's even done interviews saying that he doesn't really want to be a babyface. So that does hurt, things right there. To be honest, I really don't know where they're going to go. The other idea that I would have is we haven't heard much about Dave Bautista doing MMA over the last few weeks. So is it possible that Batista is going to pop up at Royal Rumble or within the next month or so, and they're going to find a way of inserting him into a main event? Possible. Would fans buy into it? Possibly. I think Dave as a heel was very, very good, but I don't know. It's too late, right? I don't know if there's enough time to do that right now. It's strange because when I've looked at the successful WrestleManias, there's always been a clear-cut plan a year in advance, and then they've just gone with it and gone with it and gone with it. Oh, like with Steve Austin, there was clearly plans from late '97 to have him in the main event at WrestleMania. There was clear-cut plans to do that with Brock Lesnar in 2003. There's clear-cut plans to go with a certain guy and do long-term booking. They've changed their mind so many times this year with who they're going to use and who they don't want to use and what roles they want to put guys in and what roles they don't want guys in that it's affected a pay-per-view like WrestleMania. Anyways, sorry if this sounds really, really rushed. I've actually got to get going now. Let me know what you think about this, or other main events people would like to see, or how they think the card's going to go. I think this card's going to struggle, actually, to be honest with you. I'm not saying it's going to do awfully or awful, but I don't think it's going to do as high as a buy rate as they expect. Anyways, I've got to get going, and I'll probably do another video later on. Let me know what you think in comments or anything, and I shall get back to you all soon. Take care.